would rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We could remain standing and remember our men and women in the armed forces around the world, and also remember two residents that passed away, actually two dear friends of mine and many others, Cesar Renor and Carlos Martinez. Thank you. You want your mama? Good. Okay, buddy. Go that way. Is this on? So, I'm so glad that the fire department is here. If I could have the three recipients come up and other folks come in here. We have a chair here for Mr. McCormick. We have a chair here for Mr. Conley. If you could come up in front of the counter, please. We've got two chairs. And there's a couple others here too. If you guys could sit here for me. Scoot down a little bit. This way. This is behind us all by your chart. You're getting older. Yeah, want to get this? Okay, so let me say something before I do this here. I am so glad that you're all here. The chief comes, and other folks, Charlie's always been here, other folks have been here that are here tonight in the fire department, but it's, I'm really glad that you are here to support these recipients, which are members of our department. But I want to praise the Holland Falls Fire Department because, Eric, you know I do it as often as I can. But it's nice that you're in the room to hear it. You guys are and ladies are the best. Those aren't just words. I mean them. We mean it. The village board means it. We talk about it often. I feel like we have a great chief. I know what training has. How long have you been chief? Chief?
This is sixth year.
6, he seems longer to me, but the training has picked up. New York City fireman, but you have the rank of battalion chief. So what more do the residents of Holland Falls want than a battalion chief of the New York City Fire Department? So thank you. Thank you. Thank you to every single one of you. I don't know if there's any of the members back here. No. When I say that you're the best, and I say that you're the pride of the Highlands, which is on our trucks, again, they're not words. They come from here. I mean it. We mean it. The board means it. And Eric fights for every penny that he puts in the budget. And he always wins. He's the only department head I have that wins. Okay. I'm so glad that you're all here. So this young lady over here, come here. You move down. You come over here.
The short one.
Okay. I recently nominated you, with the chief's help, to receive a state award for what you did from Colin Schmidt, and very well deserved. And do you have this picture?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I know that you didn't want that. You thought that you weren't deserving. It's the same with the two of you tonight. You asked me, why do I have to come to a meeting? And even after I told you said, like, I don't get it. That's part of what I'm going to say tonight is why you're getting the award. And much more. So. And you just got back from
My country, Philippines.
My country, the Philippines. Thank you. So I have here Miss James, but it's Arla.
Yes.
Okay. I recently nominated you with the Chiefs. Arla is not your typical volunteer, but she has become one of the most dependable members of the Highland Falls Fire Department. You lost your husband to cancer. This young girl lost her husband to cancer and has been a single mom and works a number of odd jobs to raise her son and care for her parents. You do what you're supposed to do. She still manages to make nearly every Highland Falls Fire Department response, event, and training. Arla is always enthusiastic and has made it, and always, except right now, has a smile on her face. Her personality is infectious, and her work ethic is unmatched. Think about these words, unmatched. Training was challenging, as she was not born in this country, but she persevered and finished the basic exterior firefighters class. I am constantly, the chief writes this, that he is constantly at awe at your grit with absolutely, and this goes for all of you, absolutely no ego. Absolutely no ego. Don't become a politician or you'll lose that quality. We are blessed to have her here in Highland Falls. Not only the fire department, but here in Highland Falls. So Arla, I would like to give this to you. It's a salute to first responder Arla James. You truly stand out in the Highland Falls Fire Department and in your community. You have played a vital role as a first responder, given to you this date, October 21, 2019. Very good. Come here. Jake Sibley. I see your family's here. Who else we have here? Friends? You know, and again, the fire department, and I'm so happy again that you came for these young people.
Jake always brings it back.
Jake brings a crowd, right? Jake is also one of the department's most active members. Jake also shows up for everything. Everything, and I know you do because I see you. With a smile on his face and eager to do whatever needs to be done. He takes on every task that is assigned to him and is a real team player. And that's another thing. You all have the same qualities, and then you have your own individual ones, but team player, all three of you are team players. And boy, you need that in the fire department. No fire gets put out by one person. So thank you. So, this is an outstanding service award. Highland Falls Fire Department, Jack Sibley. Your professionalism, commitment, and your service have not gone unnoticed. You play a vital role in the protection of our community, given to you this day, October 21, 2019. Anybody know where she works?
No.
No? Tell them where you work. Don't say Rite Aid.
Laundry's down.
Okay, Carissa. So here's Carissa. Same reasons. Team player. Enthusiasm. Busy. You know, you want something done? Ask a busy person. And it will get done. That's the three of you. That's you. A busy person that finds time to do a lot for her community. She serves as lieutenant and the department's treasurer. Additionally, she's the fire chief's secretary. And she's also the planning board, our local planning board secretary. Her work is always professional, done. In the Highland Falls Fire Department, she is always willing to take on new tasks. So, we have this for you tonight. Outstanding Service Award to the Highland Falls Fire Department member Carissa Marvin. Your professionalism, commitment, and your service have not gone unnoticed. You play a vital role in the protection of our community, your community. October 21, 2019. So as I said, team players, all three of you, along with all of you, you're all team players, because that's what the fire department's about. You all have big hearts. That's why you give. You have to have a heart. You guys have big hearts. You give. Okay? And it's a pleasure and an honor to pay tribute to the three of you along tonight with the Holland Falls Fire Department. The positive impact of your community service cannot be matched. And those aren't just words, I mean them. That fire whistle blows, I hear it, I'm the fire commissioner, I'm the mayor, I know we're well protected. I know we're well protected. He will only call me when he needs my help, which is not often. Everything else you guys do. Thank you. Chief, you want to say anything? Please.
No, I just want to thank the mayor and the board for recognizing the three members here. You know, and I thought it was good that we recognize everybody else. A lot of history, a lot of length of service in this room. But these three are some of our newer members, and they're carrying on that tradition of service to the community. And it's just nice for them to be recognized tonight. And thank you for their efforts.
Now, how many years?
I joined in 1960.
59. I went to Catholic school, it's 59. 60. So you have 119 years here. These 119 years of service right there. You guys want to stand up back here, please? Is that okay?
Stand on this side a little bit though. Behind Arla.
Since I'm short.
Brandenburg. Go this way.
Brandenburg.
Move to your left. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. One more step. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Eric, did you want to be in? Go stand by Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Just turn my flash on.
The old cameras were quicker.
I know. I forgot to bring it. And one last one. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, let me say this to all of you. You have families. And I look at this, so it made me think you have families. I remember when I was active, just didn't matter what you were doing. You run out of the house. You leave your wife there, the kids there, you're having dinner. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's what we have. That's why we join. That's what we have to do. But with that comes a thank you to the families, because I happen to know what you put, what you go through. So thank you. Thanks. Thanks, guys. You get 5,000. If you sue, you get 5,000, no matter what. No matter what. Remember I told you that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
See you in January.
We're gonna go celebrate with Josh. What is his name with Josh? Which one is it?
Jeff?
I will,
Your name sheet, but they won't.
Okay.
What sign is it?
okay, guys.
This is Jason. Oh, yes.
Charlie was gonna ask you why you're Mary Jane, they don't look right with the camera.
I heard two of the was doing this and I just didn't think.
It seemed to be an operational.
You don't hit them just right, you know? Picture's good numbers.
Come on, unfortunately. I had this
Oh, in uniform. These shoes were weird. Your shoes were weird too. We gotta get a
Are we on? We're on. All right, so tonight's a workshop, second meeting of the month. The agenda is short. First on the agenda. We all set? First on the agenda is to approve minutes you have from our special meeting we had on the 26th of September 2019. And then we had a regular meeting on the 7th of October 2019. Motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion by trustee Howard, second by trustee Livesey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Next on the agenda is a engagement letter from our auditors, Nugent and Hausler, to do the annual audit. We'd like to begin approximately the 16th of December 2019. And I would like to have a motion that I sign this agreement.
Motion. Second.
Motion by trustee Livesey, seconded by trustee Howard. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have a request from the Town of Highlands Chamber Art Walk, April of 2020 through November 2020. Insurance is here. They would like to include a couple other spots and up by the Navy Federal Credit Union, which is, the sidewalks are wide there. They're going to talk to the garden club about putting a piece in the three-tier garden. It's up to them. And then they want to install some pieces down this end of town, and so we'll work on those spots once we know how many, and figure out some spots, which I'm sure we can. It's just that the sidewalks are, in some areas, are more narrow here than up the other end. So I would ask you to approve this with a motion.
Motion. Second.
Motion by trustee Ramus, second by trustee Howard. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I have a request for a transfer of $10,000 from general fund to workman's compensation fund, which is being recommended by the village trustee, village treasurer, through a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Howard, seconded by trustee Livesey. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And I had received a letter from two participants in the farmer's market that sell produce and other items. They would like to continue to sell in the parking lot, number 2, where the farmer's market is, past the deadline that the farmer's market is open, which would be November 3 and November the 10th. Insurance has been given, and I would ask for approval of that.
Motion. Second.
Motion by trustee Livesey, second by trustee Ramus. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
That's
And
good.
there's also a winter market coming in here too,
Correct, at the Holy Innocents.
Holy Innocents, right?
Did you say something? No,
I
okay,
did, I said that's good,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah. We have, tonight would be the wall we need to fix. We had one bidder for $7,300, Anthony P. Galoo. All his paperwork is in order except a 10% bid deposit, which is $730. I understand that upon approval, he would provide the 10% bid deposit of $730. So if I'd like to have a motion to approve this pending the 10% bid deposit
Motion.
before work begins. Motion by trustee Ramus, is there a second?
Insurance too, right?
He has the insurance.
Okay, second.
That just came in.
Okay.
You're correct. Second by trustee Howard, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Bills and claims, excuse me, before I do bills and claims, a last minute item that came in, actually when you guys were downstairs around 10 minutes to 7. The PBA has ratified the contracts for the full-time and part-time police and full-time dispatchers. So tonight, if you agree, after you all said you had looked at them, tonight would be appropriate to the village board to ratify the same contracts, full-time, part-time police, and full-time dispatchers. Motion by trustee Howard, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, trustee Livesey, all in favor? Could I have a roll call?
Roll call, trustee Ramus,
Aye.
trustee Livesey,
Aye.
trustee Alward,
Aye.
Mayor D'Onofrio.
Aye. Motion carries, thank you so much. We have bills and claims, $245,419.07. And just to make note, $62,491.76 is for the north end sidewalks, which is a reimbursement per grant that we received. But like many of the grants, we pay and get reimbursed. So that amount, as part of the bills, will be reimbursed in its entirety. And another item to TAM for the replacement of the RBC, which was damaged during the fire, for $99,106.07, and that will be reimbursed by the insurance company in its entirety. So that's $161,000 of that amount. So if I could have a motion to pay bills.
Motion.
Second.
Trustee Livesey and trustee Howard, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And I would like to thank trustee DeSalvo, who's not here tonight. He was able to save the village taxpayers a few $1,000s by getting 2 tandem, which are larger than our dump trucks, 2 tandem dump trucks at no cost from the town of Woodbury that came over and helped us today with the milling of Main Street. So I want to thank him for that. I want to thank the Ambulance Corps for another successful Fall Foliage Festival. It was absolutely, without a doubt, a perfect day. It couldn't have been warmer, it couldn't have been cooler. It was absolutely perfect. And thank you for giving the community this event. Today I had the honor, I think along with Mr. Howard, which he'll speak in a moment, to be invited, and I did go to the Holland Falls Intermediate School on Mountain Avenue for the 2019 Red Ribbon Kickoff Ceremony. So I guess most of the 8th graders were in the audience, but our DA was there, our Sheriff's Department was there, ADAC was there, Colin Schmidt was there, our Assembly person. And so it was a very, very nice event, ceremony to attend. It's always good to go to these schools and see our children. There was some little acting going on, and they're just amazing. I could never get on the stage at that age and do what they do. So It was an honor to be there and represent Highland Falls. I think they learned a lot today, as they do every day in school, about drugs and alcohol. Mr. Howard?
Yeah. The school district is doing workshops for parents. It's called Parent University, and it's basically drugs, about talking to parents. The only problem we're having is, last time we met, there were 8 people there. Now, I understand that parents might have the idea that their kids will never get involved in drugs, but they really need to know about the drugs that are floating around. No child wants to become an addict. I never met one who at the age of 12 or 13 said, when I grow up I want to be an addict. It's hereditary, it's environmental, there's lots of other issues. On the 15th of October, they did From the Medicine Cabinet to Heroin, and they talked about students taking medicine out of their parents' medical cabinet, and they go to parties and they put all the pills in one bowl, and it's called Rainbow. It's a rainbow party. And then you take a handful of 3 or 4, take them, and then you get high. There's lots of powerful drugs that are now going around. Orange County had the highest rate of overdoses, a very high rate. It's all over the country. Parents really need to be aware of the type of drugs that are out there. There's pills, there's marijuana, there's fentanyl. They showed us exactly how much fentanyl is needed for a kid to lose his life. It's about the size of your pinky nail. This is going on in other counties, it's just not us, but I would strongly ask that parents start going to these workshops. We're going to have another one, and that's going to be about marijuana. And now marijuana, unlike what it was, I guess, in the 60s and 70s, is now cut. And they're called lacers. That means it's really powerful. That's out there too. I would also suggest that there's a wonderful, wonderful book for parents to read. It's called Dreamland. And what it's about is a pharmaceutical company that put out opioids and telling people you can't become addicted to these because you're in pain. And then it talks about the transition from opioids to heroin. On November 12th at the middle school, they're going to do another workshop on vaping. I'm sure you've all heard that some of the people have lost their lives, young people have lost their lives due to vaping, so they're going to start doing that. The person's name is Mary Alice Presto. Her number is 294-9000, 294-9000, extension 227. She's working with the center, she's working with us here, and she's going to set up programs for adults and for kids. Speaking of kids, I was walking the dog. It's not my dog, I go over and take my neighbor's dog and I walk it because I don't have to pay vet bills, so that's a good deal. A police officer came down in the car and kids were playing football in the street. So he pulls over, and you would think, this is it. When I was a kid, as soon as they pull over, the ball's gone. He gets out of the car, chooses up sides, and he's playing football with the kids. And the kids were absolutely delighted. His name was Manny Vasquez. The officer that was just here, Ruger, I've also seen him do that with people too. Why do I bring this up? Because part of the thing about drug with kids is how come some kids get into the drugs and other kids don't? Some kids have the resiliency not to get involved, but that resiliency is about adults who step into their lives who are outside the family. That's exactly what Manny Vasquez did, because after they started, stopped the game, they were talking to each other. Same with Officer Ruger, he does the same thing. So we do have police who are doing work with adolescents, and I think that's a great thing to do. And that's it.
Thank you. Just a couple quick things. Just to echo on Joe, I'd like to thank Marty Burns and the ambulance corps for the fall foliage. As Joe has said, it was a perfect day. I mean, it was a really, really nice fall foliage. And there's a lot of work that's put into that. It's long hours, and I'm sure everybody had a good time there. The other thing, as Joe said, is about the, Mr. DeSalvo had two guys from Woodbury.
Two trucks and guys.
Trucks.
And guys.
But it's not just one run.
No.
I mean, it's all day long they're running these trucks, and even the DPW, I mean, it's a lot of work. And it's really a lot of work they've done down there. Today, I've been past here, and geez, they are definitely working. So, thank you much to them. That's it.
Jim?
I just want to remind everybody, Halloween's right around the corner. So please be careful when you're driving. Be careful of the trick-or-treaters out there. As the trick-or-treaters, I know we have a trunk or treat coming up also. But that the trick-or-treaters have some type of a reflective gear on and carry a flashlight if you're going to be out after dusk. Another thing that's happening, which is tomorrow, is a day in the life of the Hudson Harbor. This is the 17th annual one. It's unfortunate that we don't have the school participating with the program at our one access that we have here in the town Highlands. Hopefully to have two. But what happens is this is kids from first grade to college age, and they go out there with environmental education center people, and they collect scientific data. It's a hands-on field technique. The kids love it. There's going to be more than 5,000 kids out there doing that this year along the Hudson River and other water bodies in New York State. And if you want some more information on that, you can Google that. And again, that's tomorrow. Another thing, I'm not sure if anybody's aware of it, but this is Shower Better Month.
Shower what?
Shower Better Month. And according to the program that is actually out there, a WaterSense partner, for an average family that puts a water-saving device in their shower head, you could save 40 gallons a day. That turns into 2,900 gallons of water a year. That's a lot of water that we could save here in the village, and it's going to save you on your water bill, and we know that the water bill is tied to your sewer bill. So, again, it's Shower Better Month. If you want to look at that, again, it's if you Google it, there's all kinds of information on how you can save yourself money and help save the environment.
Thanks, Jim. Jim?
Nothing, sorry for being late, and I was glad to see, echo, I guess, whatever comments were made about the village of Woodbury DPW fellows that came over today with 2 trucks. It really helped us do what we had to do on Main Street, and I think they even offered to come back tomorrow.
They are.
So it's a big help for us, and it's great to be able to reach out to a community that's just over the hill.
Thank you, Jim.
And real quick, I don't think Trustee Ramus was saying not to shower, just try to use less water.
Thank you very much, guys. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you so much.